Welcome to T2T with Tom Pfeiffer and Ty Martin.
All right, the Masters, huh?
The Masters. It was a pretty interesting day for the par 3 contest.
Dude, I did not watch anything.
Oh, come on.
All I saw was Rory's daughter putting that one putt.
Where she barely hit it.
Touched it. Crazy that green is.
I know when I was watching the video at first, I was like, did she even hit the ball? Is the ball even moving?
Did the wind just blow it?
Right. And then it's like, oh, okay, the ball's moving. And I think the best part of it, outside of her making the putt, was Shane Lowry's reaction.
Well, Shane Lowry knew almost right away that was going to go in.
Yeah.
If you watch him.
Yeah, his reaction was phenomenal. Did you see Jordan Spieth, his son, had a really nice putt from the fringe?
I didn't see that putt, no, but I knew something was up because I caught the tail end of highlights or something because I saw Jordan Spieth's son, and then I saw the putt. I guess you want to call it. Yeah.
It was a good putt. It was, and then just to watch the excitement on his face, and then Jordan as well. It was cool to see. But since you didn't watch anything, I stopped watching. It was following, I should say, probably around 3:30, maybe 3:15. But I saw there were 3 aces today. Keegan Bradley had the first one.
Oh, the dark horse.
Yeah, and then Koepka had one, and Tom Hoge, Hoge.
Yep.
I think it's pronounced Hoge. But yeah, those are the 3 that I saw. I might have missed one if there were more after when I stopped kind of following.
Yeah, it's either Hoge or Hoagie. I forget what it is, but
yeah, I can't remember either. So
who won it?
Echevarria. I mean, that's about the best I got.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, JJ Spawn tied for first, so I'm not going to put money on that guy.
Yeah, so I mean, who do you got this week?
Who do I got this week? So around the local courses, they do the challenge. So if you guess the winner in second place, you win a foursome to that golf course. So for the majority of them, I actually picked Justin Thomas. For some reason, I'm just I think he's due.
Okay.
So Justin Thomas -10.
From what I've seen, and I was just kind of poking around throughout the day, a lot of people obviously are picking Scotty Scheffler.
Mm-hmm.
And people are saying Rory's going to do it. And I have a gut feeling it's going to be a live golfer.
Yeah, you think so?
Yep. And if I had to pick one, I'm going to take
Brooks Koepka.
Yep.
Lame.
Brooks. I know.
Lame.
I know.
Why Brooks?
I just feel if there's going to be a live golfer that's going to win it, it's going to be him. I don't want to see a live golfer win it, but that's my pick.
Okay.
It hurts a little inside to say it, and it's just more that he left the PGA to go to live. Brooks is kind of an interesting character. If you've ever watched that documentary, on Netflix, you kind of got to see a different side of him outside of the course, and commentary and interviews and stuff. But I don't know. I feel it's going to be a live golfer, and it's going to be Brooks.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, it kind of hurts inside to say it, but
I wanted to pick someone other than someone that is probably favored. I don't think Justin Thomas is really favored that much compared to, Koepka. Koepka's always favored to win it.
You know who I'd really like to see have a great round, or not a round, but a great Masters, is Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson, okay.
I've always liked that guy. He's never really been in the media. He's, when he wins, he's a very humble guy. There's something I'd like to see Zach Johnson, and of course Ricky Fowler. I've said it before. I'm a big Ricky fan.
Yeah, so obviously I'm looking at the Vegas odds now since we were talking. So Sky Scheffler's 1, Rory McIlroy is 2, Colin Morikawa is 3, John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, Oberg, and then Justin Thomas is I think 7th. So 7th overall.
Okay.
And then you got Schauffele at number 10. And then Brooks Koepka is like 9. And then Matsuyama's 10, and then Jordan Spieth is 11. Now, a lot of people, I was watching a little bit of the Golf Channel before this, and they're pretty high on Jordan Spieth this time. So this time
really,
around. They were really talking about big time. Someone to look forward to as well is I think Min Woo Lee. He won the previous tournament or 2 tournaments ago. And I think, he's primed to maybe, have a big push this weekend as well. Maybe Will Zalatoris too. That's kind of an interesting character because his putting is really good. So Zalatoris.
Where's Sepp Straka at? I was watching ESPN for a hot minute, and there were quite a few people that were saying he was a dark horse.
Yeah, he might be. I'm looking. He's not in the top, I think 20 or 25 for favorites. Let me look. He might be somewhere.
There were quite a few people on ESPN or ESPN radio that I was listening to that were saying that that's their dark horses, Sepp Straka.
And keep going. Sorry.
They didn't really have any rhyme or reason. They just, they were just saying that that's who they thought very well could be the dark horse. And I saw a number earlier, like the most balls hit on the practice range. DeChambeau was just a few shy of 300. I mean, that's just insane for hitting balls on, for practice.
Yeah.
But Sepp Straka, I think, was 3rd, and he was like 240 something or 230 and something. So that's a lot of practice balls when you really come down to it. I mean, even if you're just taking 3/4 wedge shots, that's still a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah. I mean, you need a really large dinner after that. So
you need a large lunch before that.
But no, I'm seeing Sepp Straka right here. He is right below Sergio Garcia. He's kind of like, I would say probably 30th, as far as odds maker. He's ahead of Tony Finau, Justin Day, Patrick Reed, Keegan Bradley, Wyndham Clark, Phil Mickelson.
Okay.
Someone to really think about, and I always thought he would always do well too, is Justin Rose. He usually finishes really well in the Masters. He's always in that top 10. And so it's someone to think about as well. Kind of like a dark horse if you want to think about it.
Did you see Bernhard Langer? Apparently this is his last Masters.
Okay.
I was when I was scrolling through Twitter or X. I think it was Golf Digest or something. I don't know, but it said that this is going to be his last Masters. I mean, I'm not going to take him as a dark horse just because it's his last Masters, but it'd be kind of cool to see him towards the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, is he going to be able to, contend with these long ball hitters? A lot of people say when they're at the course, people don't believe how long Augusta National really is nowadays. They kind of quote unquote tiger proofed it a little bit more, so that you need to kind of hit the ball pretty long to score well at Augusta. So something to think about.
Speaking of Tiger, did you see that he got picked to design a 9-hole course?
Yeah, the patch next to Augusta or whatever. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's Tiger. I mean, what doesn't he do that in the golf world that's terrible? I mean,
yeah, it looks like the patch looks like literally a patch of grass. I mean, it's obviously not going to be a patch of grass, but it's basically like a huge field with holes going across it, with tee boxes going across, and so like you crisscross hitting to different greens from like the same tee box. I mean, that's what it kind of looks like a little bit when I was looking at it.
And that's going to be 100% open to the public, correct?
Yeah, and I believe that 18-hole course right next to the patch as well is going to be open to the public.
Oh, cool.
The Augusta Municipal Golf Course. And so let's see here. I'm looking it up right now. So the Patch Project, they call it. What a great name.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into that one.
So yeah, so I mean, let's do something a little bit different here. Let's share my screen here.
All right, yeah.
All right, so this is what it looks like right here. So as you can see, here's the patch. All right. Here's the short course. This is what I was talking about. So it looks like just like a huge patch, like crisscrossing, like greens and tees, and you should be able to hit to the different greens. There's also a range right here. So they're going to be adding that as well. And I think they're reconfiguring a couple of these holes as well.
Okay.
And so again, this is the patch, the Augusta Municipal Golf Course. And it looks like it's right next to the airport. So all the pros are going to be flying in, looking at this course as a flyby, or land, I guess. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. It's pretty interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, Tiger Woods is going to be designing, I believe, the short course or something like that.
Okay.
I believe. I might be totally wrong, but yeah.
We'll have to put it on our list for you and I to make a trip down to Georgia.
Yeah, so yeah, right here, 9-hole short course, the loop at the patch.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look at artificial turf tees. Okay. Walkable.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's so that you're hitting wedge shots all the time, I bet, and so you don't chew it up. There used to be an old course in Racine called Raymond Heights. It was right off the highway. It was a very short course, and they had artificial turf tees as well. But let's just call it what it is. It was just fake grass, a square patch of grass that was beat to hell, but the greens were real, so that was nice. But it basically went bankrupt and was sold off as like development. But
do you think we'd ever see tee boxes going to an artificial grass?
I mean, for the par 3 courses, I can see like that happening.
Okay.
I mean, you can look at the TGL and with the TGL, with all that artificial, they actually did the opposite, I guess, but with all that, the new artificial grasses and turfs, it's going to simulate to be almost pretty close to natural, I would imagine.
I mean, it's I've had this conversation with a few other people in the past. Do you make a tee box that's completely artificial? Because they get beat up. I mean,
well, especially the par 3 course. I mean, par 3 holes. I mean,
correct.
I could see that for sure, and less maintenance too. You don't have to worry about mowing it. You don't have to worry about watering it, and then you don't have to fill in the divots or anything like that.
Yeah, there's no seeding. There's hardly any maintenance to it.
And you rarely chunk the ball too, because when you hit off a mat, usually it bounces your club, so it doesn't dig into the ground. So more than likely, you hit it more solid too. Now, does that cause a legit hole-in-one then? No.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
Controversy.
But I think though, if a course were to do that, I think it would be more of a lower quality course to where it would cut down on their maintenance levels. You're never going to see Century World do it. You're not going to see, Aaron Hills or anything like that, go to that level because they want to have it as, PGA ready as possible.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. That's why Raymond Heights was kind of like it was. It's a very short course, but it was like you bring your kids out there and play.
Right.
Kind of
Right.
like you bring the family out there and just hack away, and it was just artificial turf. Like so, there's a couple of par three courses that I play, like Watermont, Hanson. There's also, I believe, at Lakeview or Lake Park or Lake County, and it's all by the lake, Michigan, in Milwaukee. They're really good courses. Zablocki's another one, par three course. There's one down in Kenosha called Washington Park. That's
Okay.
a lot of people say that's a great course, par three course. It's only 9 holes, but it's really good. Always in good shape. But like you said, I can't see them being turf unless something happens to the golf world where they're pinching pennies and they need to, make a change from, mowing and seeding and watering.
Right.
And I could see them switching over to artificial, but anytime soon, probably not. You want to get back to the Masters? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get off topic there at all, none whatsoever.
We never do that. We have everything planned out.
Ship shape. Tommy boy, ship shape.
Yeah. So I did get a list of like previous winners. Do you want to go through a little bit of that, or do you want to talk about the Masters dinner, or
we can go
dinner?
We can go through the previous winners. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm just refreshing my other screen. Sorry.
Yeah. So obviously, last year Scotty Scheffler won. He made $3.6 million with a minus 11. Let's see here. The first one to win $1 million playing the Masters. Can you guess who that winner was to first crack $1 million?
Oh, we talked about this in the last episode, and I think
maybe.
I think we talked about this. I can't.
He's not playing this year.
No, I can't remember. No, we talked about.
He's not playing this year.
Oh, Tigre.
Sure, Tigre. You want to call him Tigre. So Tiger Woods was the first one to win $1 million after winning the Masters. And can you guess what he shot? Now I'm putting you on the spot. So Scotty.
So what year was it? That had to be.
So Scotty Scheffler shot a minus 11. This was 2001. Scotty Scheffler shot a minus 11.
Tiger, the first year he won it, I'll say -9.
Okay, minus 16.
I was
close. That was so close.
Yes, Canada, almost made it.
So in 1984, Ben Crenshaw broke $100,000 in earnings after winning, and then the first winner was Horton Smith with -4. And that was in 1934. And guess how much money he won?
In what year?
1934.
$800.
$1,500 to win the Masters.
I was originally going to say 12, but I'm shooting under.
All right, here's a question too. I'm making this up on the fly. 1943 through 1945, there was no winner because of what?
World War II.
Yep, exactly. So no one played during that time. So there's just something to think about. So Scotty Scheffler won it last year and made $3.6 million, and we have Horton Smith that won it the first time and made $1,500. There's a little stark contrast there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there. I mean, why are we splitting hairs?
Yeah, but you can see the Tiger effect, though. So in 2001, winning that $1 million, and then now it's just catapulted to almost $4 million. I don't even know how much they're going to be winning this year. I have a feeling it's probably around $4 million. It's just less of $4 million, I believe, if I saw that correctly.
I honestly don't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah. And then I also printed off, because I'm old school. I like things in my hand, tangible things. So I print off like the telecast. So for the most part, it's all going to be on ESPN. You can stream it on Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, or ESPN Streaming Hub. And so basically just watch it on ESPN. I'm sure the Golf Channel is going to have like the pre warm up stuff and post game stuff and all that stuff as well. So if you have the Golf Channel, you can probably take a couple of highlights here and there on there. But ESPN, for the most part, you could probably let's see, first round coverage starts at 8:45 a.m. Ends around 8 p.m. Friday starts at 8:45 a.m. 8
Okay.
p.m. and then Saturday is 10:15 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then Sunday is 10:15 to 5 p.m. Obviously, they're doing the ceremony as well.
Yeah, I see the first tee time for tomorrow is 7:40.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to be covering the first tee time.
And
I mean, David Riley and Pan Kazire. I'm sure no one's going to be watching that. But
I mean, if they had coverage, there'd be people watching.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there might be. You might be able to find that like featured group. Watch them for like 10 minutes and then they'll switch it over.
Well, that might be the public tee times if you have ESPN Plus or a streaming service that might come on sooner, but that's just the national broadcast.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure if you went to golf.com and you were subscribed to their services, they probably would have some type of coverage at that time. Would it be the normal following them? Probably not, but I would think they probably would.
Yeah, and then you can go to masters.com and watch all that stuff too. So you can click on all the different squares.
Follow the different feeds.
Yeah, so Masters, I believe it's masters.com. You just look it up. It's a web browser, but for the most part, if you're looking for like the national feed, it's on ESPN. So a couple of featured groups. 947 is the Colin Morikawa, Jacqueline Neiman, and then Min Woo Lee. Phil's at 9:58 with Jason Day and Keegan Bradley. Sky Scheffler, JT, and Jocelyn Bolster is at 10:15. Jordan Spieth, Tom Kim, and Terrell Hatton is at 10:26. That one might be a fun one to watch because you have Jordan Spieth kind of even keel, and then you got Terrell that's just off the cuff kind of guy. 1 o'clock is Adam Scott.
I was just gonna say this
is a good one.
That's
a good threesome.
Well, and then right after it, you got McIlroy and Aberg and Ashke Ty.
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah,
he's good too.
Yeah, but at 123, 123, you got Matsuyama, DeChambeau, and Shane Lowry. That's a good one. Yeah, they've got some.
This John Rahm, Wyndham Clark, and Tommy Fleetwood at 134. I mean, that might be one to watch.
I wish they would have put McIlroy and Rahm together.
Why? What's their controversy on that one?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing.
Just a couple of different leagues joining together.
Yeah. I mean, I think that one would have been a fun one, but is what it is.
Let's talk about previous Masters dinner or the Champions dinner as well. So, so you can enjoy those threesomes starting at 10 o'clock on ESPN. And again, I think the best one, it might be the last one, to be honest. Looking at the John Rahm, Wyndham Clark, and Tommy Fleetwood. I mean, those three are stellar players. I mean,
what I'm seeing, there's a group after them.
Oh, am I missing a page? Maybe I might be.
Thigala, Straka, and Sam Burns is the 145.
Okay, that one's pretty good too. I like Thigala. Thigala might be a dark horse. That might be a guy to watch out for.
Oh, I think all three of those could.
Yeah,
could do.
You really like Step.
I do. I like. I don't know why. I have no rhyme or reason on it, but yes, he's a guy that I like to root for.
Which is fine.
So
I think Thigala he's a good putter. So if you're a good putter at the Masters, that's who you want to pick.
The owner of Bogey Factory in Verona, Wisconsin, he's got a 1-year anniversary party for them this weekend. And ESPN Madison Radio is going to be broadcasting live. He's going to have a par 3 closest to pin challenge to win a wedge. I think there's a bourbon company that's going to be there to do taste testers and do just different raffles and stuff from vendors, and just kind of do a 1-year anniversary. Just happened to land on the Masters, so I'm going to go there for a little while and hang out and, probably hit some balls and just, BS with the people that are coming in. Over here Saturday, it's supposed to be, I think, 65 and low wind, so there's probably going to be quite a few people actually out golfing, but going to go help promote. It's a really fun place. Like it. All the staff is great. So any Madison area listeners, step on out on Saturday and, check it out. ESPN Madison Radio is going to be there from 12 to 2. So come on out, taste some bourbon, hit some balls.
Celebrate the 1-year anniversary, right?
Yeah. You'll have to make the trip over and go hit some balls there and get to meet the owner. Again, really nice establishment. Good food too.
Yeah, awesome. So I looked up the putt averages on the PGA Tour so far this year, and guess who's number one?
Oh, geez.
My pick for the Masters. Justin Thomas is number one with 1.64 average. And Justin Rose is fourth, and then Morikawa is 5, Jason Day is 6, and Rory's eighth in putting average.
So 1.6 is what it is.
1.6.
So just remember, everybody, when you 2-putt, it's not that bad.
No, it's not. But yeah, I think usually the winner of the Masters is usually a good putter because it saves your butt.
Now, just remember, if you're 2-putting from 4 feet, might be time to spend some time on the practice green.
Yeah. Brings me back to that Ernie Els where he putted 7 times from like 3 feet during the Masters. He was doing so well until he hit like the 4th hole or something like that, and I think he 6-putted or something like that from like 4 feet. He just started tapping it back and forth until it went in. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else.
All right. So the Masters Champion Dinner average cost rankings. Now, this has been a lot of buzz going around about who spent the most money, who hasn't, spent a whole lot of money on the dinner before the Masters, obviously. So number one, or should I go to number 11, which is Sky Scheffler this year? This year is $108 per plate.
Yes, we talked about this.
Yes, I know. So his is $108, and the first place or the first ranked most expensive Champions Dinner cost is Hideki Matsuyama's $220 per plate dinner, which is ridiculously awesome.
So my question is, do they actually pay for the dinner?
I doubt it. This is just they throw it out there, and the Masters will take care of it. I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess we don't know how much it costs to be a member at Augusta National, because if you have to ask, you're not a member, right? That's what they're saying is. If you ever ask, how much it is to be a member at Augusta, you'll never be a member. I think that's like they're saying. So I'm sure the fee covers the Masters dinner. So, but Hideki Matsuyama's food here: sushi, Kushimi, Nirigu. I can't even pronounce some of these names.
We're doing really well with
miso glazed black cod. that's what you were saying. That sounds really good. But the winner here is the Wagyu Wagyu beef ribeye with mixed mushrooms and vegetables. That Wagyu is probably amazing. Dessert was Japanese strawberry shortcake. So that is your, 200 and what? $220. Yeah, $220 costs per plate.
And last year Scheffler had the $108 plate. Or this year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, and it's just basically home food.
This is like my favorite favorite menu. Do you want to go over it? So cheeseburger sliders, firecracker shrimp, Papa Chef's meatballs and ravioli bites, Texas style chili, wood-fired cowboy ribeye, blackened redfish. That sounds pretty good. Mac and cheese, jalapeno creamed corn, soy glazed Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts.
Oof.
Dude, you've never seen it, before. Sorry, not seen it, but you never tasted really good Brussels sprouts. Jeez, if we can talk today.
Yeah, you're right.
Holy lime, roasted sweet potatoes, and warm chocolate chip skillet cookie.
You're right. I've never tasted good Brussels sprouts. That's why I don't like them.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I could easily destroy that menu.
Yeah.
Just give me a couple sliders and meatballs and, give me that ribeye. The only thing that I think it's missing, and that's just more to my taste, is give me a baked potato.
Yeah. Or like mashed potatoes, baked potato.
I just want a baked potato, and I just want butter and pepper on it. That's it. That makes that meal.
No cheese, no bacon.
No, I don't. Just butter and pepper.
Yeah.
Lindsay's all about the loaded baked potato and this and that. And, I made steaks for dinner 2 nights ago. I made steaks and bacon wrapped sirloins, and we had baked potato, and she's over there just throwing everything on. And I'm just like,
no,
I'm like, no, just butter, pepper. I'm out. I'm good.
Nice. I like it. No, I'm pretty plain Jane too. So, sometimes, just a nice, like you said, like mashed potatoes, butter, and some salt on that, and just call it a day.
Yeah, I don't want all the other dressings, so to speak, on it.
Yeah.
But the dinners are quite interesting. Just to see, the origin of the player. John Rahm had an extremely Spanish-backed dinner.
Yep.
So
did Sergio.
Yeah. Matsuyama. Now you got me
Matsuyama.
You got me doing this crap now.
I know.
Matsuyama, he had a very extensive Japanese dinner. But then we talked about it before. Dustin Johnson, when we talked about the dinners before, pigs in a blanket, lobster and corn fritters, filet mignon, marinated sea bass, peach cobbler, apple pie. That's it. We're done. We're out. Yeah. I mean, that's as basic as it gets. But, there's nothing wrong with it.
I also noticed, too, like the players that have won it multiple times have a little bit longer menu on their second time around. The first time, I don't think they want to, ask for too much. But then the second time, they're like, we're going to order everything. So if you look at Scotty Scheffler in 2023 compared to 2005, the list is a lot longer. His second time winning it. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Like Tiger Woods is the same thing. You can kind of see Tiger Woods kind of like ordering, his first dinner kind of like modest, but then you look at his last one, it's like, holy cow, he asked for like, prime steak, chicken fajitas, churros. Like he just had just a huge laundry list of just different types of foods. So it's just kind of interesting to see that, like, oh, look at Dustin Johnson. It's just nice, plain and short, Yeah.
So. And look at 2019. Look at Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
Like
the main course, there's like 5 main courses.
right? Bone-in ribeye, mountain trout,
mac and cheese,
creamed spinach. Oh, terrible. I don't. I
steamed
don't.
broccoli. Do you like vegetables?
But it is quite interesting to see what people have said. But I mean, again, I know we talked about this before. 2018. Look at Sergio Garcia. That is the most. That's here's your dinner. Eat it or go to bed.
Well, it's 3 things total.
Right.
So I mean, come on, man.
International salad, Spanish lobster rice, and then tres leche cake and ice cream. It's done. Here's your dinner. Either eat it
5 minutes
eat it or go to bed.
Have a good day. Yeah, so it's just interesting to see those foods, and then just kind of like imagine you being at the Masters eating that dinner too. I'd be like, oh, and it's like 5-star Michelin,
right,
perfection too. So
yeah, it's not like you're going to Perkins.
Right, or a country buffet or something like that. Or Golden Corral.
Oh jeez, I don't do buffets.
No, I do it once in a great while. After COVID though, I don't think I've been to a buffet in a while. So
I don't, like, as a kid I remember going to Old Country Buffet. It was long before Golden Corral.
Yeah,
really before any buffets. Really, I mean, I think we had a Ponderosa that was kind of buffet style. There was a Bonanza that was buffet style. But like, as I've gotten older, I can't do buffets. If the pan comes out and sits down and I'm the first person to draw out of it, okay. Yeah. But I'm not going to sit there and wait for that.
Well, yeah, Pizza Ranch is now kind of like the new buffet now too. It's just pizza buffet.
I've never been to one.
It's pretty good. I like their fried chicken. Their fried chicken's pretty good. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got one just about 10 minutes away. Maybe I'll have to.
I go for the fried chicken more than the pizza, even though it has pizza in its name. Fried chicken's pretty good.
Okay, fair enough.
Then they have ice cream. They have dessert.
Is it soft serve ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Now you got me hooked. All right. I'll have to try it because I mean, soft serve ice cream is absolutely terrible, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. I love ice cream in general. So there. So let's just end with traditions. So I kind of looked up some traditions here. So obviously the first thing, the winner always gets the green jacket, right? So that's one of the traditions of the Masters. Also, there's a 2-jacket presentation as well. So there's actually a second one. It takes place outside. And everyone on the property is welcome to attend. It's the Masters tradition. Outgoing champion presents the new champion with the green jacket.
Okay.
Let's see here. The Masters trophy is another tradition. The trophy does not carry any namesake, but it's just, the clubhouse of Augusta National. There's over 900 individual pieces of silver. Another tradition is the par 3 contest that just happened right now. The champions dinner is another tradition. Obviously the winner of the previous year makes the menu items. Or picks the menu items. And then that tradition has been since 1952. Lifetime invitation. So if you win the Masters, you can go into a lifetime. And like we said, Bernard Lang, what's his name?
Bernard Langer.
Yeah, Langard is probably deciding this is going to be his last time. But if you could imagine being like 180 and still playing in the Masters.
Ooh,
I mean,
geez, shots fired.
But I'm just saying, like,
Bernard, if you're listening, that was all time. I've got nothing
it's not
to do
Bernard.
with
I'm just saying, like, if I was me, I would play until I'm dead. Fighting around. Do I get to play from the gold tees too? Like,
Now that you're 40, you're getting closer to those
I
gold
know.
tees.
I know. Hey, you know what? Advantage me, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've heard that the Masters committee gently asked certain players to, hey, this might be your last year kind of deal. I've heard that before, so kind of kindly push them off the tournament kind of thing.
Here's an interesting stat. I'm on PGAtour.com.
Okay.
So caddy bibs. I
Yeah.
guess I've never really noticed there is a number on the bibs, and it says the white jumpsuits worn by caddies at the Masters are iconic. But did you know that the numbers on each bib have a meaning?
Wait, let me guess. Is it the number when they sign in to right before the tournament? I haven't looked at this, so
When they arrive on site to register, you are
yeah.
correct.
Okay.
With one lone exception, the defending champion receives caddy bib number 1.
Ah, see, I didn't know that one. Okay.
Uh,
I just
and
guessed. So you have to sign in. So every time you go to the Masters, you have to sign in. And there is a contest of players trying to get as early as possible in. And they actually did a little documentary. I don't know if it was in Full Swing. I think it was in Full Swing season 2. I think they were showing Morikawa, and he's like, dang it, I got number 34 or something like that. And then he looks and like, Jordan Spieth got, this one, dang it, he beat me. It was kind of something like that. So that's why I kind of knew about the bib thing.
yeah,
that's what that was.
I did not know that. That was quite interesting.
Huh. That is cool. But again, the bibs are a tradition. You don't see the bibs. The only thing that you see is the what do you call it? At certain tournaments, the caddies have to wear, like, they're not, I guess they are bibs.
Aprons.
The aprons, the caddy aprons.
Yeah.
Another tradition, the crow's nest. The crow's nest is a space where it sleeps up to 5, and usually the amateur golfers that are competing in the Masters stay in the crow's nest. Something to think about.
Interesting.
Let's see here. During the part 3 contest, skipping it on number 16. So a lot of players will try and skip it across the pond and try and make it into the hole. Did anyone make one this year or no?
Oh, not that I saw.
Because I remember John Rahm making his that one year. That was pretty cool.
I saw one clip today, and it was he tried it, and it skipped all the way across, but I think it hit the face, and it stopped. But other than that, I didn't see anything. So no one probably made it because it would have been all over social media and ESPN and whatnot. So I'm gonna say no one made it.
Yeah, and then did you know this? If anyone cards an eagle, that person that made that eagle gets something of crystal. So usually it's a highball glass or a goblet.
Yeah, it's something. I remember seeing that in years past, that if you get an eagle, that you get a commemorative crystal, whatever. I think there's 3 choices for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know they get crystal. I didn't know that until I read this list.
No, I remember seeing that in years past.
Okay.
That if you do get an eagle, that you get a commemorative glass, and it's a rocks glass, a shot glass, or something along those lines. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a shot glass. I don't know.
Okay, so moving on, Magnolia Lane is obviously iconic. They probably showed that a million times, especially in the beginning of the Masters, of that shot of the camera going through Magnolia Lane, going towards the pro shop, or
Okay, so to answer your crystal, because I had a page up and I just scrolled down, it says a vase, a bowl, or glasses. Take your pick. There's plenty of crystal up for grabs once the competition starts. Awarded by the tournament for a range of accomplishments. Any eagle during tournament gets a pair of crystal glasses. While a large crystal bowl is awarded to players who make an ace or a double eagle during competition. So cool. they have different. Again, I remember hearing this, but I never really knew the. But it says all crystal is engraved with the player's name, event year, and specific accomplishment.
Oh, cool. So it would be like Eagle on 5, Masters 2023 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
And it would say
Sky
what you
Shuffler. Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So if you ever walk into someone's house and you see a crystal bowl, that player either got a double eagle or a hole in one. See, the bowl I didn't know.
So you're gonna Joe Burrow one of the golfers and steal it out of his house?
Yeah,
because you ain't getting one.
No, for sure. I mean, whatever. That's pretty cool to know, though.
Yeah, that's again. Like I knew that they did that, but I never knew like the actual requirements or the accomplishments.
I did not know. Concessions prices, they try and remain the same throughout the years. Obviously,
yep. I did hear though that concessions of like beer went up a little bit this year, but food stayed the same.
Yeah, it's negligible. I mean, you're paying 100. Jesus. It's been a long day.
Dude, you're killing me, Smalls.
I know, it's been a long day, dude. So cheese sandwiches, pimento cheese sandwiches are still $1.50. I mean, sign me up for 20 of those,
Yeah. Well, I mean, all right. I mean, I'd eat one, but I know there's probably a lot of people who'd be like, no, screw that.
Yeah.
But
so then autographs, obviously, during play is a no-go. Also,
no cell phones.
I'm getting there. So autographs, you can get autographs at the practice range. Now, here's something that interesting. I did not know this. So, if you have a Masters flag, all right, for a player to sign, players that have won it, only players who have won a green jacket are able to sign inside the U.S. outline of the Masters logo. All the other players that have played or have to sign outside of the sign. So it's something that I had no idea. So it's something to think about. So if you get that flag signed and if the signature is inside that the Masters logo, that player probably won the Masters at some time.
Okay.
Let's see here. Green cups, only colored cups are allowed in the Masters is green. So if you look at that, they're all green cups. No cell phone rules, so there's zero tolerance during the Masters, obviously. All the players get brand new Mercedes Benzes as loaners throughout the week in the Masters, so every player gets a brand new Mercedes.
I did see that.
Around. There's one house on the property, and Herman and Elizabeth have yet to sell the residence.
So, I do recall hearing that there was one residence, and they basically said no,
we're not selling until we're dead, right?
Yeah. The minute that they're gone, the kids will be like, "How much do you want for this?"
Yeah, for sure. I bet you it's tens of millions of dollars. I bet. I bet you it's at least $10 million. I bet.
Yeah. This is the longest wrap up ever.
I know. White bunkers. All 44 Augusta's bunkers are filled with bright white sand in the town of Spruce Pine, North Carolina. That's where they get their sand. There's no tips allowed. Leave the sand there because if you do take sand and you get caught, it's a $20,000 fine. There's no fans at Augusta. They're patrons. There's no running. All the chairs are armless chairs. Just interesting things. All volunteers at Augusta get to play at Augusta for free.
Well, I'm going to volunteer next year.
Well, they said that it's years and years of the waiting on a waiting list.
I'm sure,
and it's kind of like the Packers season tickets. It's going to take 30 years for you to be a season ticket holder. And then badge lottery. Obviously, you have to send in an email. Hopefully, you win to get tickets for the Masters. And that is it for traditions. So
10-minute send off.
Hey, you know what? Traditions are awesome, man.
They are, and
The Masters is like one of the only tournaments where they play the same course over and over again. And it's been since 1930 34. So
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's going to be 100 years in about 10 more years, 9 more years.
As our send off, thank you to everybody that's listening. We appreciate it. The views are getting higher and higher. So thank you.
Higher and higher.
Please don't ever do that again.
Well, you said it, man. But no, so yeah, thanks guys for listening. Make sure you share, like, and follow and all that jazz on all our platforms, podcasts, YouTube. That'd be greatly appreciated. Share with your friends. If you have any questions, email the show. We'll try and get to your questions on the show itself. So if you want a question to be talked about, please email us.
Yes, we're always looking for topics. I mean, we can talk golf forever, but we're always looking for topics. So again, please let us know. We appreciate the feedback.
All right, guys. Peace out.
All right.
Good luck in the Masters. Justin Thomas, let's go.